Hi, my name is Mahmood Patel. We are at Coco Hill Forest and we practice regenerative agroforestry and agrotourism at Coco Hill Forest. So what we essentially do here as agroforestry is looking in a forest environment and essentially trying to turn this back into a fruit forest or a food forest using methodologies that we call regenerative agriculture or permaculture, which essentially means we don't use herbicides or pesticides. We do a lot of intercropping as opposed to monoculture. So monoculture farming will be like sugarcane, where you cut down everything and plant one crop. But regenerative agriculture looks at the idea of mimicking or biomimicking forests, learn from the forest and use that system to plant food. Some of the problems we have in Barbados, first of all, is that we import 85% of our food, and that's not a sustainable situation in a current economic environment where with post-COVID, supply chain issues, the war in Ukraine and so on, it speaks that we need to look at food security as an urgent challenge. Compounded on that is the effects of climate change in terms of hurricanes and global warming and so on. And what you would find is that by planting trees actually help to do mitigation against climate change. One of the big crops that we plant here, which is the coconut, is one of the most resilient crops that you could plant in the tropical world. You can grow it by the beach on sand or up in the hills in clay. The coconut is a big part of Coco Hill Forest. When we started out, we were essentially an agricultural project, an agro-processing project. But one of the ways to keep our project going is that we do hiking, forest bathing, camping and so on. You could come here for nature walking. That by visiting us you can see what we do and hope that we can be an inspiration to other young people to kind of start to adopt what we call green tourism or agrotourism or other forms of agriculture. We are on Instagram at Coco Hill Forest or on Facebook, or you could find us on TripAdvisor. Our email address is cocohillforest@gmail.com.
Go Bajan for the month of November.